doesn't know, I'm not currently doing a degree, I'm not currently at a university, so I thought I'd do a video about that. And just to be very clear from the very start, I'm not a uni hater, this is not what that is. I think it's a great option, it's worked for a lot of people, but it's not the choice I made. So I'm not saying that I'll never go, I just currently am not there, and I thought I'd make a video about what it's like not going to uni. And if you want to see more about what my life's like not going to uni, then please subscribe, and even if you don't care about that, please still subscribe because it really helps me out. And basically what my vision for this video is that this video can act as a sort of uni open day, but about the experience of not going to uni. And obviously everyone's experience will be different, but I just feel like in a lot of sixth forms and in a lot of schools, the majority of people go to uni, and the majority of what you hear about is about doing your degree and all of that. So I just think it's helpful to hear all of the different perspectives and all of the different decisions, just for everyone to know that they will be okay whatever decision they make, and life will turn out fine, and then everyone can feel comfortable to make the decision that's right for them. That's what this is about. This is not about do not go to uni, it's awful. So we've cleared that up, and let's get on with the video. So the first thing I would like to address is that, me included, but everyone who usually even takes a gap year is often quite scared of leaving that structured education environment. I think it's easier if you're not going to uni and you're doing an apprenticeship or something. Not easier, I'm not saying that's an easier route, but you just might not encounter the same issues. But it is quite scary going into work. So what I would say is that everyone who goes to uni is also going to have to do that at some point, because I was so scared for that. But what I would like to say to reassure everyone is that everyone else is going to have to also do that, and you are then 3 years ahead of working out what you're going to do with your life without education. Like, I think that's the main thing that puts a lot of people off, is what am I going to do? But you're going to have to figure that out if you leave uni anyway. But the one thing I would say that is potentially a disadvantage, although I don't know if they actually cover this that much at university, but when you're doing a degree and you reach the end of your degree, you're more expected to go into work, I feel, but you're not always expected to do that straight out of sixth form. So I just feel like sometimes when I'm filling in application forms and doing my CV and doing interviews, I just feel like I don't really know if there's more of a technique that I should know and I should be using. So that's what I found difficult. And also I feel like it kind of does make it easier having a degree, because if you don't have the required experience for a job, you can be like, well, I've trained for it for 3 years for my degree. I don't know how much that's considered because I don't interview people for jobs and I'm not an expert on the process, but I feel like that's just something that I found a bit difficult. And obviously I have found work, and once you get experience in work, it makes it easier for you to get another job after that. But that's just something that I've experienced. Also, on the topic of friends, lots of people go to uni for the social life, but I feel like I was very scared, like everyone's going to be making all of these new friends and I'm not. And for a while it's quite an isolating process because everyone's suddenly meeting so many new people. And I remember my first year of not being in uni, I saw everyone out at parties making so many new friends, and I was like, oh, am I going to have a dead social life now forever? But it actually doesn't work like that. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but it's not worked out like that for me, because I've done a lot of different short-term jobs which I've met people on, and I've done the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony. I've started out at a new acting class since I left school, and I've made friends from that. So I feel like overall I've met more people and made more friends than I would have done at uni. It's just taken a longer time to find those people, if you get what I mean. So I would also say that if that's one of the things holding you back, obviously you do get the wild social life at uni, and I'm not saying that's not worth it and don't go for it, but if that's one of the things that's holding you back from not going, and you don't want to go but you don't want to miss out on the social life, you will still have a social life if you don't go. Also, what I've found is that I am still learning, even though I'm not in that kind of structured degree environment. Like, you do training at work, I do acting classes, and I do ballet, tap, singing, and I also go to a Spanish conversation group now, so I'm just learning in a different way, I think. But overall, what I would say is I am glad that I didn't go straight to uni. Like, I'm happy with the choice that I made, and I think that it's worked out best for me, and also I feel a lot calmer about having not that routine of education anymore. I just feel like now I've settled in a lot more into my life and the decisions I've made. So I feel like if you're stressed about it, and even if you have made the decision to not go to uni and now you're regretting it, it can get easier, and maybe it can then get harder again and it will come in waves. But overall, you will be fine, and whatever decision you make, that will be okay, and there'll always be people out there who have made a decision that's the same as you, so you're never alone. So that's been my experience, and if you have any questions or if you have any experiences you'd like to share, then please leave them in the comments and I will look through them. I will respond to any questions you have. If you want to talk through your decision, I can do that with you in the comments. And good luck with everything, and I will see you hopefully in another video. Bye!